everybody. Welcome to the My Recruits Varsity Report. I'm Coach Perrone. The man on the other end needs no introduction. Vince Delicio from the Varsity Sports Show. 4 great games we're going to break down. Hey, it might not be the games you want. It might be the games you want. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We've literally went into a hat and pulled these 4 games out, Vince. So, I'm excited. I know you're excited.
I'm excited.
And we're going to kick this thing off. I mean, we're going to see, there's some really good matchups shaping up. The Open is starting to shape up. Here's a great matchup. I happened to catch this team last week. 6-2 Brophy versus 6-2 Liberty. Classic matchup. You know anything about these guys?
Okay, first of all, Coach, let me say this. A lot of respect for Liberty and Coach Colin Thomas and what he's done out there. But what I want to do is focus on Brophy. First of all, Brophy, 2 points I want to make about them. Brophy is the next school down. Every school above them in the rankings in their division are open teams. So that would, in essence, if the playoffs started today, Brophy would be the number 1 seed in 6A. Think about that compared to last season and how things started off for them. Now, secondly, they got a couple of young guys that are lower level guys that are expected to make a pretty big impact. And you know these guys real well. I'm going to give their names and let you talk about them. Jackson Ryan and Christian Camerata.
Jackson Ryan is a freak. Both of these kids, Christian Camerata, Jackson Ryan. I picked up both of these kids out of Team Impact. They were 7-on-7 guys. And I mean, they do things next level. Shows how deep this Brophy team actually is at the skill positions. Because on another team, Jackson Ryan and Christian Camerata are literally contributing at the varsity level right now. With Leighton Duncan, the star wide receiver, out. I don't know, maybe one of those guys comes up now. I don't know if coach plans on bringing them up, but Leighton Duncan is definitely out. And that's a big difference. That's one of Elijah Warner's big targets. On the flip side, this Liberty team has depth upon depth upon depth. Holy cow. Kane Metz-Terrell is back, the big wide receiver with the broken leg injury. They've got quarterback after quarterback after quarterback out there. Navi, Ochoa. I mean, guys that just sling it, run. Barrows, the tight end. And of course, we all know the defense led by the one and only Jax Madman Stam. Grimm, Swoboda, Tucker Allred, Nathan Hawkins, the kicker. Oh my God, the transfer from Mountain Ridge. What a stud this kid is. At Liberty, I think the Lions pull this one off. I really do. I think Liberty, very well coached team, very well coached line with Coach Glow. I think I give the nod to Liberty here.
I have to agree with you. That's a heck of an environment to play home games. Yeah. And while a lot of respect for Brophy and what Coach Jason Jewell is doing with the team, I think Liberty is going to be too much to handle.
Yeah, that'd be a great game. If you happen to be in Peoria, that's one you want to go catch. This is another one. I mean, talk about a monster matchup. I'm glad I picked this one out of the hat. 6-2 Highland takes on the beast known as Chandler at 8-0. Now, this Highland team is probably it's definitely one of the best coached teams, probably one of the most well-polished offenses you're going to find in the state. Kaimana Hano, the wide receiver, is a freak athlete. They have arguably the best tight end in the state of Arizona in Jace Patton. Ethan Swoboda, the wide receiver at 6'5", I think 200 pounds. I mean, there are weapons upon weapons upon weapons. But it's the beast known as Chandler, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, Coach Rick Garretson says, let them all keep coming after us. Let them all keep rooting against us. Chandler feeds off of that. I do think if there's one team that is going to knock off Chandler, it's going to be this week. But I still think it's Chandler, and it's going to – Coach Garretson will wear you down with the depth, let you hang in, and eventually just overtake this thing in the third and fourth.
Yeah, in any other region, Highland would be undefeated. They are 6-2 right now, and yes, regarding Chandler, it's going to be an emotional night. It's going to be Chris Chick night in honor of the late O-line coach, run game coordinator, who died this past May. It's going to be a very emotional night for the Chandler team.
Oh boy!
Despite that, they are going to
annihilate
and probably win it big.
Yeah, I did not know that. This offensive line is going to be firing on another cylinder. This is not a good night to be a Highland defensive lineman. I could tell you that. They're going to be hitting the sled on that one. So I'll take Chandler's a 12.5 point favorite out of Vegas. I'm going to lay the points with Chandler.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This is one of the best West Side matchups every year. 4-4 Millennium versus 6-2 Desert Edge. Two world-class African-American coaches. Lamar Early, great friend of mine. The Carter brothers, like family. This is one that's very close to my heart. Millennium, 4-4, has lost 3 games. I think Coach Early said by a combined 11 points.
Wow.
So 11 points away from being a 7-1 team.
Wow.
But they're not. The 6-2 Desert Edge team ran into some trouble, we know, with Cactus. But boy, this is always a knockdown, drag out classic battle. And this one's up for grabs. The line out of Vegas is an even pick'em. It's an evenly matched game. And it's at Desert Edge. It's a really tough environment. Early's going to hang in there with his guys. Billy Bullock, he's got 2 great quarterbacks over there. One of them, Derek Berry, and his starter. He skipped. Their starter escapes my name. It'll come back to me, of course, once we're done. But one of the best kickers in the state of Arizona, and Davis Rubel. And on the flip side, you got some dudes over there. Right? Edge has some athletes.
Edge has a couple guys. They've got a wide receiver named Noah Horton.
Transfer guy.
Okay. Yeah.
They got a great running back too.
Christian Cordero.
Yeah, Cordero is a guy they've been handing him. Oh, Blake Sparks is the quarterback for Millennium. This is a tough one. I got to give the edge. Carter's at home. That environment. Gavin Brocious up on the line. The quarterback going for the record. I don't know, how far away is he? Do you know? He's close to the record.
Yeah.
This looks like Edge pulls this one off.
I got to pick the Scorpions on this as well. I'm a big fan of Mark and Marcus and the job they're doing, and they're Phoenix Union guys. Deep in my heart, being a Phoenix Union guy, they're Phoenix Union guys too. So anyway, this is a great game. This is not going to be one on everybody's board, but if you know anything about the area, this is a pride rivalry game. 3-5 Peoria versus 5-2 Greenway. You've got guys that should be going to Greenway that wound up at Peoria. Yeah. Guys that go to Peoria, go to Greenway that should be at, vice versa. So these guys all know each other. They grew up together. They played Pee-wee ball together. This one has got some meaning behind it. Coach Ed Cook, my opinion,
Coach Will Babb, Coach Ed Cook, you have two of the best high school football coaches in Arizona coaching this game. So there is a lot at stake pride-wise here. Greenway has some dudes. Zach Bauer on the offensive line, and the Johansson brothers, Kevin Johansson and Matthew Johansson. Matthew's a 24 wide receiver, leads the team in receiving. Kevin, one of the best defensive backs, a My Recruits guy, currently has 4 or 5 solid scholarship offers. Aiden Murphy, the linebacker. Zach Bauer, I said. Milo Apodaca, the outside linebacker, another My Recruits guy. Greenway is very sound defensively. They definitely hurt losing Christian Johnson's running from last year. But on the Peoria side, oh my God, are they talented athletically. We talked about Jake Price on halftime of the Thursday night game, but Jeremiah Gossett, the Gossett experience, is a stud. Cameron Mack, the running back, will pound you and wear you down. Price, like we talked about, Curtis Williams at linebacker. I mean, and Isaac Moreno, I was told, and I haven't verified it, Isaac Moreno might be the fastest guy in the state of Arizona. He might be a 10-700 guy, 4.38 40. It has yet to be verified, but I've seen him run, and you definitely do a double take. These are talented teams, man. Oh God. I honestly, I love Coach Cook, man, but this Peoria team, if they're firing on all cylinders and their quarterback, you know, keeps them in the game and doesn't make many mistakes, they hand the ball to Cameron Mack, I think the Panthers pull this one out.
It's been a long time coming for both of these teams in terms of being able to build their rosters back up, you know, and you take these two head coaches. To me, this is a battle of two very, very exceptional head coaches. Point. You take these guys and you put them at Chandler and Hamilton. These guys are winning state championships every year or playing in state finals every year. And the fact that you know, they have been building their rosters. It's refreshing to see both these guys finally getting to a point where they have built their rosters back up and having talent. Will Babb, a lot of pride. He's a Peoria guy, played for Doug Clapp years ago. Great guy. He's you know, and been a part of faculty there for years as well. And then Ed Cook, who's well seasoned, well traveled. He's been everywhere, and he's just a great guy through and through. Definitely kid-centered, both of them. So yeah,
I like you said, this is a game. There's no losers. I mean, two extremely classy programs. You know, I probably at some point in the night, I'm going to wind up at this game. There's a really good chance. I just, you know, I love both of these programs to the hill and back. So if I'm going to hang out on the west side, I might catch the first half of Liberty and then see what's going on over at Greenway. But hey, it's been an unbelievable show as usual, Vince. You know, enjoy the games. Hey, we got a couple more weeks of this before we start the playoffs, and then we're going to be taking this thing on the road, man.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, for Vince Delicio and the Varsity Sports Show, I am Coach Perrone here at My Recruits. Want to thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the games this weekend. We'll see you next week.